Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Altogether, how long would you say it took you to go through that transition? So from starting African Fashion Guide to now you've taken the voluntary redundancy and you've quit. So how long would you say it took you to that whole process?
Well, I think I felt like just doing it from a long time ago, from the time I started. But
Yeah.
it just did. I'm very much connected to. I mean, we women are very spiritual as well. We have like this sixth sense that they call it. So I'm very connected to that sixth sense, and I just felt it wasn't the right time. I didn't feel the release to go to just move. So for the last 5 years, I've just been like, since I started, I just thought, okay, it's not time. And then even last year, I wanted to quit my job. I was tired. I wanted to quit my job, and there was a lot of challenges. But I just said to myself, no, I need to. If I'm going to leave the job, I need to leave it on a high note. I need to leave it on a successful note, so I can peacefully go in to do the next steps. And I just, just the responses I've got from people in my network, I just feel that this is the right timing. And so I reckon it's been since the beginning, since I did the masters in 2009, and just now in 2011, because the opportunity has arisen, I just said, let me just try it.
So
I can always go back if I need to. Work is always there.
So we can definitely say 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, within 5 years. Yeah.
And because it just feels like this is my next question, but it feels like you've managed the expectations quite well. And some people, they could just leave instantly. They could just quit instantly because they might have the finances or the circumstances in their life just say, you've got to leave, you've got to quit your job because, maybe it's health reason, maybe it's any kind of reason, but it's how you manage that expectation, isn't it?
And I think it's also, it's an individual story, and it's also based on the business, because there's some where you have a clear plan, like say you the makers of Innocence, and you're creating juice, and it just has to be good juice, which is no bits and no fake stuff, and that's your mantra. So all about is health and well-being. Or you've got a product that you really know, you've got backing of finance, or you may have had come from a like from a banking background, you got money, you can go today. But with me, when I was doing the Africa Fashion Guide, it's not such an easy, this is what it is type of business. It's not like a direct product, either service, but it's kind of built itself organically as well. So through letting it do its thing, it's kind of decided for itself what it is. And I've seen what people have been asking for. I've seen what the market is, how the market is also leading it, and the desires that I have for it. So it's taken. I had to give it that time.
Did you know that African Fashion Guide would make money instantly? I mean, I know eventually you started doing all the research, but did you know it was going to happen that way?
I don't think I did it as initially something that was a money-making venture. I mean, this is why, for me, I call it a social enterprise, because it was more creating a platform that gave a voice to this side of the industry. I mean, there's other businesses I've done, like my bridal business, that is purely money-driven. And I think it's understanding what it is you're doing and how you can monetize it. So there are areas that I can monetize it, and while I'm developing the research side of the business. For it to be more monetizing the events and things like this. So it like I said before, the business kind of spoke for itself, kind of created itself from just being birthed. So it has developed opportunities to bring in the income.
What would you say was your toughest moment, like your ups and downs, your positives and your negative, what you learned from the whole starting this hobby and turning into something like a business?
I think just half the time just not knowing what to do, like, and having to just find out and do it by yourself, because there's things like just even from setting up a website to organising events to doing all your business accounts and things like this, and it's all new. It's not. I'm a trained designer. Yes, I am mathematical, and I've got qualifications in these fields, in these areas, but it's not. All this is not what I've trained in doing. So I've had to learn, or I've had to. They always say you don't have to know everything. All the research books I've read on business, you don't have to know everything. You just have to have your power team and know people who know. You know, so you find web developers, you get support, or people who have set up a WordPress account and kind of explain to you how things work. So that's just and
finding connections. Did people just come to you, or did you know, I know you had all these disconnections you had already, but did people come to you, or what eventually happened? Because I know, so you started with the blog, and then what happened next? The book came?
I started with a blog during my master's, and then I launched the official website, the book, and the conference at the same time in 2011. And our anniversary is coming up on the 9th of September, 9 of the 9th. And I've just been blessed. Sometimes I'm really shocked by the people I've been able to connect with, and I think it's just about connecting with people, networking. I spent 2 years just focusing on going to events, talking to people, and not just going in, oh, this is what I do, can you help me? I went in, I knew about what they were doing. I had something to offer to them, information, knowledge that I was researching and finding out. Realised that's what they needed, and I could offer something, and they were just able to give me support because they believed in what I was doing. Maybe again my enthusiasm, maybe again the fact that they liked what I was doing, or they saw the need, and those people just came.
Would you say, if you had to kind of advise, you know, anyone that's thinking of doing something similar to you and starting from scratch, or starting a hobby, and what would your advice be to them? You know, especially if someone was thinking of, you know, I've got this hobby and that I really love doing, and I have a lot of, you know, ideas and ambition around it. What would you say to them?
Then you have to know if it is just a hobby, or it's something that you want to develop. If it is a hobby, just enjoy doing it. There's bloggers out there doing African fashion, and they just want to blog because they like to blog. And there's some that actually want to do a business, and you have to know about if you're going to be committed, because it's not a quick thing. It might be all exciting in the beginning, like for me, there's lots of talks, lots of events and things like this, and there's still these things going on, but I've even learned to slow down and separate from going to everything, because it's tiring. It's tiring, and not everything you have to go to, not everything you have to do or say yes to. So I think it's about having a vision of where you want it to go, and really being committed to that dream. And that means that even if you're not getting paid that week from it, you're doing it, but you can see where you're taking it. Have a line of thought and vision where you want to see it go, or there's no point really doing it. Keep it as a hobby.
Keep it as a hobby. Okay, I think we are really definitely coming to the end of our discussion. This is just two friends hanging out, having a really nice talk. I hope you guys are really enjoying this, because it's not all the time you get to see me and Jackie on the camera. But I mean, we've known each other for ages, but it's really good to see you. As I said, I speak to Jackie all the time on the phone, but I really love hanging out with her. We've known each other for a long time, but it's just amazing that we're growing together in our own business and in the things that we believe in, and it's good that you are able to share that with other people and inspire others. So just coming to the end, so I know that you probably have tons of projects, and and I know that African Fashion Guide is taking you all over the world, hanging out with Hollywood celebrities. No, we have this thing. But I know it's taking you all over the world. It's taking you to America several times, taking you to Africa several times. You've had people inviting you and, you know, paying for your fare and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, just looking after you. And I think it's amazing. But what's kind of the future of where things are going? And are you planning to take some time out? Are you planning, what's the future for Jackie Shaw? And, you know, do you have anything you want to plug?
Well, the first step is a holiday.
Okay.
I can't wait, next month. And they're just getting well, and rest is important. Rest is where you get bad under your eyes, like I've got it right now. Yeah, so having a holiday. Yeah, keep going on about that.
Okay.
No, seriously. For Africa Fashion Guide, continue doing what we're doing. I am working on more books. That's always been my dream. I've had so many ideas and I just need to get on with that. So developing more books with Jacqueline, which will be really fun. I'm planning to get out to the continent, but I'm going to be launching a Kickstarter campaign. So please support. It'll be
We will be supporting
on Kickstarter. Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
I hope it's a quick starter as well.
Quick starter as well, yeah.
And so we'll be developing our consultancy and basically the Africa Fashion Guide agency, because it is your guide to African fashion. So
Absolutely.
we'll be developing that from a research perspective. And our conference next year, planning to do it in May.
Where is it going to be?
It will be in London again.
In London?
It will be in London again this next year. I want to keep moving it around like I have, because we've done it in things in Ethiopia, in Ghana, in New York, Kenya. I plan to do it in London again. This year was a hit.
Yeah, it was a hit.
Really, really,
man,
really good fun.
It was a hit, man. They had
great guests.
They had really good guests.
So many speakers, but this time it's going to be slightly different. Really want to educate and help people to engage and to learn, because there's a lot of questions. We want to take it to the next level. So May will be the next conference. Hoping to do something else later in the year, but just working it out. So I would just say watch this space. But yes, we will be doing more consultancy work and more research projects with companies and helping them to get into the continent and to do some good work, good business, good trade.
All right, awesome. So Jacqueline Shaw. Jacqueline. So I call her Jackie. You guys are not allowed to call her Jackie. You guys have to call her Jacqueline Shaw.
My name is Jacqueline.
Her name is Jacqueline Shaw. It's just, anyway, we're buddies, so that's all right. Okay, so where can we find Jacqueline Shaw? I said it right now.
Sometimes in London, all around the world.
Where can you find you?
Actually, you can follow me. I'm going to be starting a new blog where it's a personal journal about all my travels, because I do travel a lot and I find some cool stuff and meet some cool people and eat some cool foods and go to cool places. So I'm going to be doing a blog. I will be launching that soon. So you have to follow africafashionguide.com to find out. That's right. On the Facebook page, on Twitter. We talk a lot on Twitter. Can you see my Africa here? Ghana is somewhere.
There we are.
I can't move backwards. Follow us on Twitter, Africa Fashion Guide, and Facebook are probably the main ones. We're on Instagram as well, but we've just started on Instagram. Been so late to the game, but a bit late. There's some cool stuff we've been looking at there, so do get on that, and then you'll hear about the new blog, which I was so excited about. Very excited about. All right, okay. So before we go, as you know, Jackie. Well, you got to Jacqueline. Sorry, like I said, this is two friends just having a chat, right? Okay. Matthias. There she goes. She's calling me by my proper name now. All right, Jacqueline. So you got to say what the job is this tag. What the job is this tag? I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm filming this on a stick, by the way. Tune in with us for another episode next week. If you want to follow up on how we connect with us on @whatthejobisthis.com. And you can always click the link below if you want to subscribe to our newsletter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us, like us, share, comment, and share this beautiful, wonderful video with your friend. Bye!